What is up, Bears fans? This is probably the most exciting video that I've made, but that's because I'm a giant nerd. So this is going to have some breakdowns of statistics and rankings, not by me. They're going to be from NFL Draft Buzz primarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take five different quarterbacks, and we're going to make an experiment out of it. So we're going to take the comparisons from NFL Draft Buzz, and anybody who has done any NFL draft hype or research looking into the draft beforehand. This is a pretty reliable source that brings together several different pre-draft rankings or mock big boards and takes them into one place. It's not the end-all be-all. Nobody's ever completely accurate, but it's a pretty good place to get some information on different players. So we're going to do a simple experiment. We're going to take five highly rated quarterbacks. One of them will be Justin Fields, and I apologize for that. It's freaking cold in here, and I don't want to turn on my little portable heating device because it's loud. So hoodie on, I look like a Star Wars character. But we're going to take five quarterbacks. We're going to compare their pre-draft analysis, one of them being Justin Fields, and you're going to decide who you would choose. And I'll tell you now, it's pretty obvious who you would choose. But it's pretty fun to see, and it makes things a little bit more obvious with all this narratives and all this junk that's going around. What people say about Justin Fields and what people's opinions are, where things will end up and where they land, and what the Bears' path should really be. And then I'll show a little clip at the end. My take has been pretty clear the whole time. If you look at any of my stuff, you'll know where I stand, but this reinforces it, and hopefully it will help show some of you where things stand in that regard. But for this, there's an example of NFL Draft Buzz. Let me pull it up. Trevor Lawrence, who is not even arguably, he is clearly the top quarterback prospect in the last at least 3 years. Consensus. You can kind of see through here. It's got his measurables, his height 6'6", his weight 220, his 44.73. And those are the three that we're going to use for those measurables because not everybody has all the other stuff like arm length on here, but we'll use those. Then it's also got on his overall rating, if you look on the right side of the screen, it's got his release speed. And these are the weighted ratings from their game performances in college. So the release speed, the short passing, medium passing, long passing, rushing, and scrambling. So this is like you're an NFL scout. Which quarterback are we going to take? Which quarterback do we fall in love with? And then also, my bad. Over here. You've got obviously where they're projected to go, but their grade for the ESPN grade, 94 out of 100 is pretty freaking high. 24/7 Sports, they don't give out very well. They actually do give out a couple hundred out of 100s a year, but Lawrence was clearly one of them. And Rivals.com, a 6.1 rating is perfect, and there's a couple you'll see that end up getting that too. So this is the grading factors that we're going to use as we go through this, and then we'll go through five quarterbacks. We'll rank them up, and I'm going to give them different point totals according to where they ranked against the other five. So the number one quarterback would get 5 points for each category. Number two, 4 points. Number three, 3 points. Number four, 2 points. And number five, the worst quarterback of the five in that category, would get 1 point. We'll tally it up at the end. See who gets the most. So quarterback number one, we have five quarterbacks. Quarterback number one, height 6'1", weight 215, 44.59. All pretty good. Height's a little bit shorter than scouts like. You can see that's why it's in red. The weight a little bit lower than scouts like. That's why it's in red. All right, his release speed is 73%. His short passing is 86%. This is how he's graded by scouts. Medium passing is 88%, long passing 96%, rush scramble 87%. The ESPN grade is 89 out of 100. 24/7 Sports is 99 out of 100, and his Rivals.com is 6.1, 100%. There's a lot to like about this quarterback. A lot of good things. He's obviously highly rated, or I wouldn't be showing him on here. Go to the second quarterback. All right, quarterback number 2. This guy is 6'4", 230 pounds. Those are in green. That's really good. Those are. I mean, green and blue is what you want. 40 is 4.6. He's got a vertical. We're not going to worry about those because not everybody has the same gradings. But his release speed, 85%, short passing, 84%, medium passing, 92%, long passing, 97%. This guy can throw the long ball. Rush and scramble, 77%. All right, his ESPN grade, 86 out of 100, 24/7 Sports, 97 out of 100, Rivals.com. Next guy we're going to go to quarterback number 3. I got 5 of them. All right, quarterback number 3, he's 6'3", 228 pounds. We're going to 4.45 40. That's in blue, so that's obviously good. It's got a lot of things you like about him. His release speed, 78%. His short passing, 90%. Medium passing, 100%. Long passing, 100%. Rush and scramble, 82%. So this guy can not only pass the ball, he can rush and scramble. The only thing is his release speed's a little slow. ESPN grade is 94, so they really like him. His 24/7 grade's perfect, 100 out of 100. And Rivals.com is 100 out or 6.1, so 100%. So quarterback number 3, there's a lot to like about him. Quarterback number 4, this guy's got a lot to like about him too. 6'4", 210 pounds. So he's a little on the lighter side. You can always bulk that up though. His 40 time is 4.5, so he's pretty quick too. His release speed, he's pretty consistent across all these. His release speed is 85%, short passing 88%, medium passing 96%. He can throw the long ball too, 100%. His rush and scramble is 97%. He's got an ESPN rating of 86 out of 100. So these ESPN 24/7 and Rivals, these are consensus grades that all these analysts give. So he's not getting quite as high on these 24/7 Sports, 97 out of 100, and Rivals.com, 5.9. A lot to like about this guy, though. And our last one, quarterback number 5. If anybody's been paying attention, they probably know who this guy is. He's 5'10" or 5'9". His weight is 204 or 185, and his 40 is 4.52. He's got a release speed that's good, 82%, short passing 88%, medium passing 97%, long passing 97%, and rush scramble of 70%. A lot to like about him. But these scouts really liked some of the intangibles here about him. His ESPN rating is 91 out of 100. 24/7 Sports is 100 out of 100, and his Rivals.com is 6.1, so 100%. So they really like this guy. Those are the 5 quarterbacks. Let's get into breaking them down, comparing them to each other. So let's go. All right, I got that up. All right, let's compare all 5 of them side by side with each other. All right, so you've got 5 quarterbacks. I gave you 1 through 5. I'll give you their stats again as we go across this, and we'll add a point value to each one of them. The final grade will be down there at the bottom right as we go along. So let's get their heights up. Quarterback 1, 6'1", quarterback 2, 6'4", 3, 6'3", 6'4", and 5'10". So the most points will be allocated to those 6'4" guys, and then 6'3s will give 5 points each to 6'4", and 3 points to 6'3" for being the third, and then 2, and then 1. Weight. Pull that up. We've got 215 pounds, 230, 228, 210, 204. So obviously 230 is a good weight as long as still mobile. And this guy is, you'll see the 40 time. So 5 points for 230, 4 for 228, 3 for 215, 2 for 210, and 1 for 204. All right, their 40 time, there's not much to argue about which is the best here. Pull those up. 459, 460, 445, 450, 452. Obviously, 445 is the best. 450, 452, 459, 460. See, they got 5 points and 4 for 450. All right, so down at the bottom, notice adding these final grades up as we go along. So quarterback number 3 is leading the pack with 2 and 4 right behind him as we tally up these grades for different areas. Because obviously, in our quarterback, we want a whole package. We want someone with height, weight, and 40 time, but we also want someone that passes well. Their release speed, their short passing, medium, long passing, someone that can rush and scramble, and then the intangibles, the things the scouts are seeing. So we want our scouts to be giving them the best grades. Let's move on to now their passing. Pull that up. This is just pulling up all the stuff that I pulled over from Draft Buzz. And so, okay, here we go. We've got number one's release speed's a little slow, 73%, 85% for number two. Number three is a little slow, 78%. Number four, 85%. It's quickest with number two, and number five, 82%. Let's give us some values on these. All right. Number two gets 5. Number 4 gets 5 points. 3, 2, and 1. See our totals are adding up. And number 4 and number 2 pass up number 3, so they're our top quarterback right now. This is the guy that we want as the franchise quarterback of the Bears. Let's get into more passing, though. All right, for the short passing, you know the Bears fans love our screen passes. We love our dink and dunks. Get them out there and get 50,000 screen passes. Who can do it the best? Number 3 can. Number 4, number 5, and then number 1, and then number 2. Give them some point values. Click over that. All right, so number 3 gets 5 points. Number 4 and 5 get 4 points each. Number 1 gets 2. Number 2 gets 1. All right, medium passing. This is where you make your bacon. This is where you get first downs. Where you drive down the field. Number 3, 100%. This guy's obviously a good passer. Number 5 is 97%. And 96%, 92, and 88. So the point values with those 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when we compare that at the bottom, number 3 and number 4 are kind of pulling away here. Number 3 has been pulling away with his passing. He's an elite passer. Number 4 as well, 24, 23. Number 1 is kind of fallen in the dust. Let's get to the long passing. Where we're going to make our explosive plays, where we're going to pull away. Got. All right. A couple of them 100%. A couple of them the scouts really love 100%. 3 and 4 can both pass the long ball. Obviously, all these guys can. They're NFL quarterbacks. But 3 and 4, 100%. 2 and 5, 97%. Number 1, 96%. So 5 points for 3 and 4. 3 points for 2 and 5. 1 point for number 1. And clearly, number 3 and 4 are starting to pull away from the pack here. All right, rushing and scrambling, which has been important in Chicago. Something Justin Fields does really well. But did he do it in college? We're basing this off. All right. So we've got number 4 is a scrambler. He can clearly create some plays with his legs, 97. Then we got number 1 at 87%, number 3 at 82%, 2, 77%, number 5 at 7%. So the corresponding points with those, and clearly number 3 and 4 are pulling away from everyone. ESPN grade is next. A couple of these guys had 100s. Pull those up. All right. No, they weren't hundreds on this one. They were 24/7. All right. Our highest one was number 3. He had a 94 grade on ESPN, so he gets 5 points. Number 5 gets 91 out of 100, so he gets 4 points. Then number 1 gets 89 out of 100, 3 points. 86 is the last one for number 2 and 4. So they both get 2 points. All right, so number 3 and number 4 are still ahead of the pack. Number 1 is really falling off a cliff. Number 5 not far behind him. Number 2 there as well. 24/7 grade is going to be the same as the ESPN type of grade. So 3 and 5 are obviously the highest graded there. 1 right behind him and 2 and 4 behind them. So 5, 5, 3, 2, and 2. Number 3's got over 42 points. Oh, I added that properly. My bad. It's only going to look better for number. So that's a little error on this, but it's not going to change it much. I'd go back and change it, but I've already put a lot of work into this, so I apologize. But 6.1 for 1, 3, and 5. That would put those at 34, 47, and 27, 30, and 39. So it'll look even better for number 3 and number 4 still right behind it. It doesn't change the order of them at all. It doesn't change the order. They were far enough apart from each other. So it doesn't change the order of where these guys will end up, but those are our final rankings for these guys. Pull up the next one. All right, drum roll. Here's your quarterbacks. These are who they were. Quarterback number 3 was Justin Fields. That should really be 47 points. He's even higher. Jaydendaniels was number 2. This year's stud. He's in college right now. He would have been at 39. Next is Bryceyoung. then drakemaye, and then Caleb Williams. Anybody shocked that Caleb Williams is last in comparing these 5 quarterbacks together and all the hype that he's getting this year? I was a little shocked, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who you thought 1 through 5 were, but here is the breakdown of them. Quarterback 1, Caleb Williams. Quarterback 2, drakemaye. Quarterback 3, Justin Fields. Quarterback 4, Jaydendaniels. Quarterback 5, Bryceyoung. So Bryce Young from last year's, a lot of Bears fans thought we should take him. And then 3 big names from this year that should go in the top 10. All 3 of them should. As we get closer to the draft, you're going to see all. Sorry, I didn't realize that was. Bring this to the top. Here I am. Hello. As we get closer to the draft, you're going to see Jaydendaniels climbing boards too, just like last year. Who knows if he'll end up in the top 10? But the same thing happened last year with Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. A lot of people didn't even have Anthony Richardson in the top 10 months before the draft. This happens every year. But Jaydendaniels is a dog. He's a little skinny. He can put some weight on, but he's got a lot of intangibles. He's a guy that I like, just like Justin Fields. He went 3rd or 4th. He'll go 3rd or 4th in his draft. But this is a deep class, just like that year was. That year, you don't know who's going to be a bust and who's not. I still don't think Zach Wilson is a bust. He has shown signs and flashes, but I think he's one of those that takes a while to develop, and he's never going to be the A-tier, top-tier quarterback. Justin Fields can definitely be top-tier. Trevor Lawrence has shown he is top-tier. Will he stay there? Some quarterbacks do, some don't. He has everything to stay there, so there's no reason not to think he will stay there. Trey Lance, who knows? Who knows? He obviously hasn't shown, and he came from a small school. Who knows? But this draft class has a lot of talent. Caleb Williams, drakemaye, Jaydendaniels, and all of them could be elite. But look at our comparison. You go down this grade board, and should have been final grade of number 1 of 27, and then 30, 47, 39, 34. It doesn't change the order of them, but Justin Fields clearly, in this group of quarterbacks, is quarterback 1. I mean, there's no doubt. If you're looking at the potential of these quarterbacks, he's got what it takes to be the quarterback of the Bears, which leads you to I'm going to pull up the clip. Adam Rank, when he was on Football Night in Chicago.
Another analyst from your network, Daniel Jeremiah, put it this way. Does your quarterback, does your guy pass the confetti test? Can you imagine him standing at the podium with confetti falling around him after they celebrate a Super Bowl victory? Does Justin Fields, in your mind, pass the confetti test?
I want to know what Daniel said to you, because we had a conversation on Sunday, and I was telling him, because we were talking about something very similar, and I said, look, I really truly believe that Justin Fields is a championship caliber quarterback. Anybody that goes to a Power 5 conference team that plays in big games, we saw him beat Trevor Lawrence and Clemson back when he was at Ohio State. He is a big-time football player. It is not like you found some guy from South Dakota State who you're hoping is going to be the next big thing. We've seen Justin Fields in the national spotlight for quite some time, going back to all the way when he was a prep in Georgia. I absolutely, truly believe that you can win a Super Bowl with Justin Fields. And as long as the Bears are a little bit patient, and this is the thing that I really want to see from them, be patient. Like, I know that there's always something special about having the potential number 1 overall pick. And could it be Caleb Williams? Could it be drakemaye? Could it be a quarterback as good as Justin Fields? Why not just stick with Justin Fields, build around him, have some continuity for once in Chicago, and I think you'll be rewarded for that.
He nailed it. He nailed it. What else can you say than that? This is a more than a 1-year rebuild, and you can see it taking shape right now. If you haven't seen it taking shape, you're not paying attention. You're not watching. Eberflus's defense is working. Fields is working. Look at the elite games that he has, and he gets dismissed. The only thing that happens is the media goes through its narrative, and it plays these crazy twists and makes it sound like we got to be impatient and here and now. Just look at this comparison. Look at the breakdown. Look at these quarterbacks. Which one do you want to take a gamble on? Do you want to take a gamble on number 1, Caleb Williams? He's got the same, look at his release speed. He's got the same issue Justin Fields that everyone complains about with release speed. Look at that, 73% compared to 78%. Justin Fields has significantly improved in that area. Rushing and scrambling. So he's above Justin Fields in that, but look at how Justin Fields has improved in the NFL. If you take these grades from college and you compare to how he is in the NFL, I guarantee he's right up there with Jaydendaniels. He's 95 to 100%. That grade has improved. Justin Fields is a consummate pro at being consistent, and that's the other thing that they just keep talking about is he's consistent day in and day out. If you look at Matt Eberflus's press conference, it was either today or yesterday. That was the thing that they were preaching. He's consistent. Whether it's a win, whether it's a loss, it doesn't matter. He comes in. He's even killed. A lot of guys want the hoorah-rah, the emotional dude. Dude, we don't need that. We need Justin Fields. We need the Mr. Disciplined. I'm structured. I get it done. I go to work. I study hard. We don't need Bo Callahan from draft day. We don't need Caleb Williams. That's Bo Callahan, in my opinion. We need Justin Fields. We've got Justin Fields. We've got our quarterback one. He is quarterback one. He's our guy. He's the man we need. And I'm 100% convinced we stick with him and we continue to improve. And there's no doubt we're doing that if we make the playoffs this year. But even if we don't, he's improving. We're building brick by brick. This is the way it's supposed to be going. All right, that's all I got for you. I hope you liked it. I put a lot of work into it, and I really think it can help change some of the narrative and these rumors and the garbage about Justin Fields. He is an elite quarterback. In my opinion, he's a top 10 quarterback now, but it doesn't matter what my opinion and everybody else's opinion is going to change very soon when he's turning that corner right now and the defense is playing well and we get a couple more weapons. Right now he's got Cole Kmet, he's got DJ Moore. What else does he have? I mean, really. People can say Darnell Mooney, but look at the chemistry there. It's just not there. Mooney hasn't taken – and tell me I'm wrong, but Mooney hasn't taken the steps to become wide receiver 2. There needs to be more on Mooney's part. But add a couple more weapons. Add Marvin Harrison Jr., add Rome Odunze, add Brennan Rice, add some of these other this is a deep wide receiver class too. Add a couple more weapons, give us a couple more weapons, and keep the line improving and keep Cole Kmet, which we have. We've locked him up, and this team is on the rise. So hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. I want to put more content out. I'm just working on building this thing. It's been a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed doing this. So if you like what I've got, hit the like button. And until next time, bear down.